Hi everyone, I'm Corinne Stephanie for Cam Inc. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. On today's vlog, I'm actually answering one of our connections questions that we received this past week, and it's actually a good one, so you guys want to stay tuned. But before I jump into it, I want to let you guys know that we have a podcast version of today's episode, and that can be found on Apple, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. All you have to do is look up Cam Inc. Solutions. Today's question: are you being ghosted by the hiring manager? This person wrote in, "Hi Corinne, I applied to a job and received a call back from the human resources. We had a great conversation. I felt like the interview went really well. We spoke about the role and I explained what I was looking for, my salary expectations, and when I can start. He explained to me about the job, about the organization, and that I could expect a call back. However, if I did not hear from him by Tuesday, for me to call him back. I fully agreed, understood, and we went on our way. Tuesday came along, and at 4 o'clock, I hadn't heard from him. So I called him, and there was no answer. I then sent an email, and there's no answer. We are now Thursday, and I'm kind of worried because I'm not hearing from the person. The last thing that we spoke about was the next steps of the interview. And from the way the interview went, it seemed it went really well. What should I do? So my first question was, have you ever heard of the term ghosting? Now, we often hear this referred to in a dating situation. However, it does happen in the hiring situation. And I want to hear from you guys if this has happened to you. Typically, what ends up happening is you don't hear back from the person. However, to respond to this person's message is, what should I do? Well, so far you've already done exactly what you should do. You followed up on Tuesday, you called, if you sent an email, great. Thursday, I would do another follow-up. Either call or send an email just to say, listen, I'm still really interested in this role. Now, to add a little bit more to this story, the message went on to say how now, today on Thursday, I saw the role that I applied for is closed, and a new role that resembles my position is now open. However, at a $20,000 drop. So, what I responded to this wonderful viewer is exactly, they changed the role. Probably what has happened is internally, when the hiring manager went to the HR and said, listen, I need to have XYZ, find me this person. And this this HR probably did exactly what they were told, which was amazing, found these wonderful, talented professionals and presented it. But upon further review, the hiring manager is looking at their budget. Now they're saying, well, I can't really afford that salary, and now I'd much rather have this salary, and this will be our cap. So what do we have to do? Unfortunately, they ended up closing the role, reopening it at a much lower salary. Completely sucks? Yes, it does suck. Yes, 1,000%. Should they have called back all the candidates and said, listen, I'm really sorry, we reevaluated the role. Unfortunately, now this is the salary that they're looking at offering. I understand that we spoke about this range. However, the role has been changed. I do apologize, but we'll keep your resume on file for further review. And that would be the proper thing to do, especially if you have a great talent pool, because you never know. And considering that the hiring manager could change their decision, they could return to the higher salary. However, on this applicant side, like I said, you did exactly what you should have done. You called, you followed up. In the event that they're not calling you back, chances are you've been ghosted. And it is a really terrible thing that happens, but it does happen. So I would recommend moving on to another role, finding something different, and proceeding forward. And in the event that a new role comes up with that company, check them out. So that's my tip for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe.